Hi, I'm Jack from legalexpert.co.uk. Now, before I answer the question, I just wanted to let you know that should you need legal assistance,
we are road traffic accident claims specialists.
we offer free, friendly advice on no-win, no-fee claims, so there's nothing to pay if you lose. Get the maximum compensation you deserve. We have specialist solicitors with up to 30 years experience.
To find out if you can claim compensation, call 0800 652 7676 or visit our live chat service at legalexpert.co.uk.
Public transport plays a huge part in many people's lives on a daily basis. Without it, some of us would have no means of getting to work each day. But what if you're involved in an accident whilst using public transport? Do you have the right to claim for compensation? Today, I'm going to be looking at whether or not you can claim if you've been involved in an accident whilst on the bus. If you've been involved in an accident whilst travelling on the bus, it could have been the result of either negligence on the part of the transport operator, for example, driver error, or it could have been as a result of the bus being involved in a crash. Because most buses in the UK don't include seatbelts and allow passengers to stand, there's a wide range of possible injuries. The most common of these is whiplash, caused due to vehicle collision. However, it's also possible to sustain injuries from a faulty handrail or driver negligence, which can be just as serious as a direct vehicle collision. Now, I'm going to be looking at some of the reasons why you might be making a claim. The first is transport firm negligence. This could be badly maintained equipment, an example being automatic doors not working, insufficient precautions being taken, for example, failing to keep the floor dry and slip-free, or mechanical faults causing the bus to crash. The second is bus driver negligence. This can be from the bus colliding with another vehicle because of the driver being at fault, whether he was speeding or it was dangerous driving in general, which resulted in passenger injury. Finally, it could have been an accident caused by a third party. This is potentially a little more complex than the previous two when it comes to establishing fault. In these cases, an external factor caused the accident and was therefore outside of the control of the driver and the transport firm. For example, a vehicle crashing into a bus or coach, the driver being forced to avoid an accident with another vehicle and having to perform an emergency braking maneuver as a result. If any of these scenarios sound familiar to you, then the good news is that you may be entitled to compensation due to the injuries caused. Now, that compensation could cover general damages, for example. This is the award for the injury itself, be it physical pain or psychological injury. Care costs. If you need assistance when taking care of yourself as a result of your injuries. Medical costs. All medical costs that you've had to pay as a direct consequence of the accident to treat your injuries. Travel costs. Any travel expenses you incurred as a direct consequence of the accident. Loss of income. A compensation claim for loss of earnings due to the accident, and also potential future loss of earnings due to ongoing health issues encountered as a result of injury sustained in the accident. Now, in most circumstances, the person pursuing a compensation claim will be the one involved in the accident, but if the accident directly resulted in a person's death, then a dependent of the deceased may also pursue compensation. A dependent may be a spouse or ex-spouse, a person who had been cohabiting with the deceased as a husband or wife or civil partner for at least 2 years prior to the death, blood children or other descendants including adopted children and children through marriage or civil partnership, parents or ascendants including grandparents, great-grandparents and those treated by the deceased as a parent, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunties, nieces and nephews. It's always difficult to estimate how much compensation you could be entitled to, as all accidents are different. But to give you an idea, we put together a rough guide over at legalexpert.co.uk showing the average amount of compensation you could expect to get from an accident whilst travelling on the bus. If you believe that you may have a valid claim for compensation, follow the link in the description below to see how much you may be entitled to. Now, as much as transport companies can make every effort to eliminate every potential cause of an accident, there are some scenarios where it simply goes beyond their control. So if you've been involved in an accident whilst travelling on the bus, we highly recommend seeking expert legal advice when it comes to filing a claim for compensation. In order to increase the likelihood of a successful claim for compensation, we recommend that you act as soon as possible. This will make the evidence gathering process much simpler. This includes things like obtaining CCTV and witness statements. So the sooner you begin the process of filing your claim, the more likely you're able to win the compensation that you're entitled to. Please also remember to keep hold of your ticket. This is often the easiest way to prove that you were on the bus at the time of the accident. Of course, the circumstances of each accident are never the same. And whether or not you believe that you have a valid claim, it's always advisable that you speak to an expert on the matter. So, If you'd like further assistance to help establish whether or not you have a valid claim, we have a team over at legalexpert.co.uk offering free advice via our live chat and on our free phone helpline, which is 0800 652 7676. It'll only take just a couple of minutes for our team, who'll be happy to answer any questions you may have to help establish whether or not you have a valid claim.
Don't forget to subscribe, as we'll be uploading helpful videos just like this one on a regular basis. You can also check out one of our recommended videos or head over to legalexpert.co.uk, where you can read community questions on our forum, get free advice from our live chat, read articles and seek assistance for compensation on a no-win, no-fee basis with your personal injury claim.